Apostle Paul in the Bible knew the importance of being an example in teaching others. That was when he was speaking to the Ephesians and the Thessalonians. He told them to be imitators of our Father in heaven. Even more so, Jesus Christ said, be as perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. We want to know, how can we be perfect? How can we be imitators of God through music? After all, Celestial Song says, it also says, definitely there is music in heaven. Definitely there is music in heaven. Now we want to know today, are we imitating the way they are singing in heaven? Are we imitating the way they are acting in heaven? Like I said, we are going to be speaking with a dignitary in Celestial Church of Christ. The man I want to introduce today is a man of honor. A man of good intelligence. A man of many talents. A very wonderful father. He is none other than our Father in the Lord, Superior Evangelist Oluwole Adetiran, the choir master CCC worldwide. Good day, sir.
How are you?
Very fine, sir. I'm very sorry for the short, brief, and not fully detailed introduction. That is how much my knowledge is certainly concerning this.
Yes.
So I want viewers at home to know and to understand who I'm talking about. Sir, please, who is Superior Evangelist Oluwole Adetiran?
Superior Evangelist Dr. Oluwole Adetiran is the Director of Music, Celestial Church of Christ worldwide, and the Rector, CCC Academy of Music and Music Technology, Lagos. First monotechnic of music in Nigeria. Formerly head or founding head of Department of Music Technology in the Polytechnic Ibadan, and Dean, Faculty of Business and Communication Studies, also the Polytechnic Ibadan.
Wow. So much for just one man. Wow.
And the composer of the NYC anthem that has been in use since 1984 till date.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Wow. Sir, please, we want to know, how did you start? Lots of awards, lots of accolades concerning music. How did music start for you, sir? How did you start music?
Well, music is a thing you can learn. That is if you are not talented. But it is better for you to be talented and to come out of a musical family. That is only when your learning music can be tangible. Music is not just what people terms it to be. It is a spirit. It is a human being. It is an angel. It is the voice of the Lord. So it is not ordinary like our people take it to be, especially church music. We tamper with it anyhow today. Church music must not be tampered with. Anybody who must perform church music at all, apart from the talent, apart from the background, must read it very widely. And perhaps that is why I praise the Lord for giving me the opportunity to read it to the highest level. All the degrees one should have in the music today, by the grace of God, I have it. And I have lectured for 32 years in an institution.
Wow.
And I'm still lecturing.
Wow. That's wonderful, sir. Sir, the question goes to us. You've been in Celestial long before even I was born, definitely.
46 years ago.
46 years ago.
Yes.
Sir, how was it before you joined Celestial Church of Christ?
Unfortunately, you'll be surprised if I tell you that when I joined the Celestial Church of Christ, I met good hands on the music of Celestial Church of Christ. Because Celestial Church of Christ were not so many then. We can count them. Makoko, Ajase, Yemetu, Ibadan, Ijako, that becomes Ijayi today, Nabekuta, and perhaps Okitukwa, and some few others. But the choir of the church that was reigning then was CCC Yemetu Ibadan, and perhaps the national headquarters, Makoko. But Yemetu Ibadan had an upper hand over everybody then when I joined the church, because the person handling music then, Papa Odelola, was trained at Baptist College. Papa Nikoi, who was a guitarist, was also trained in Ghana. See, they combined their training and all that church music needed to bring about what church music is in the Celestial Church of Christ then. And perhaps that was why Oshofa was more frequent to the choir of Yemetu and Mawoko than any other choir. There are not many, but qualified hands handled Yemetu choir. But later, we established CCC and Barracks Road, Mokola, 1972. By the grace of God, I was first everything music at Mokola. But later, I brought my junior cousin, Remi Banji Obola. But Remi Banji is at me. His real name is Remi Olabanji Agbola, but his art name is Banji, Remi Olabanji, to the church. And we were both handling the choir together. And not quite a long time, we overtook Yemetu and Makoko. But later, things changed. Lagosians brought money to us, and we wanted to sing them instead of God. So,
sir, using your last statement,
yes,
I go into the next question. The topic is imitators of God.
Yes.
Now, we want to be imitators of God through music, because the Bible says, "Be ye as perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect." More so, our celestial hymns indicates that there is music in heaven.
Yes.
So the question goes to us: do you believe that Celestial Church of Christ, our music today in the church, is as it is in heaven?
Well, the type that I'm establishing now, that I have established for 30 years, I know quite well is the kind that they perform in heaven. Not the one you youth of these days in the church accept. The music of the Celestial Church of Christ Central Choir worldwide is unique. It's the type that I know quite well will be sung in heaven, because it is the real church music. Not to dance and dance and dance and praising and praising and praising and praise money. If you still continue to praise money, you won't see the Lord. You will not go to heaven. You praise money in the church. It is not different from what people were doing in the synagogue that Jesus Christ beats them with cordial. So, I am trying to establish it. There were many people in the central choir before, but because they wanted to dance, they faced out and they started establishing their own choirs. Imagine, and when they perform, you cannot say this is a baby of the central choir. Just see, among about 18,000 products that I have made in the Legend Baba Oluwole, how many of them are popular today? And even if they are popular, are they playing the kind of music I taught them? I spent my money on them to play. Not only teaching them in the central choir, I took them to my school at the Polytechnic Ibadan. And for them to get admission, I changed the syllabus, all the entry requirement every year, according to what these boys and girls have. Because I wanted them to be educated musically, or musicologically, or inologically, so that we will have great music of the church like they have in the Catholic, like they have in the Anglican, like they have in the Methodist, like they have in them established churches, not these gospel churches where they jump up and they throw themselves out and they sing loudly and they are lousy. God does not like lousiness, like majority of you youths today are doing in our parishes and even in Omalade Alafia, your church.
So, sir, we have laid down the problem and we have laid down the cause. From a distinguished mind like yours, please, sir, in what way or in what ways do you think we can correct the problem and bring off solutions?
You know very well, and that's what I've been doing for 32 years. Nurturing the center choir, spending my salary to pay the school fees of those I introduced to music, to academic music, when I was at the Polytechnic. Running a school for the church, CCC Academy of Music and Music Technology, first monotechnic of music in Nigeria. Running it free of charge, going about giving people scholarship, even feeding them. They have fed this morning with my money, because the ones that come don't have anybody to take care of them, and I want them to be blessed. I want them to live a good life and for them to be useful for the church with good music, the kind they sing in heaven. And these are the people you find now anytime we are performing anywhere officially. And perhaps that is why we have been able to be accepted by all other Christendom. Like on Saturday, we perform at a place, and the Baptist, Anglican, Gospel reverends that were there present said, "Look, sir, you have given us a different perspective of the Celestial Church of Christ. This is great. We have never seen a choir like this." Because we sang their song with ease. We introduced them to their songs. Those that they didn't know properly, we touched them. Indeed, an adage of Baba Sofa, not say Jorimo Oko Kehin, Oko Balakehin to Mawayemo. Did he not say that? How do we do that? It's just by, excelling in everything, ensuring that we know their things better than them, ensuring that we perform to invite them to understand our tenets and everything we do in the Celestial Church of Christ. Excelling to teach them, no, we are not a labor. All those people that you have seen doing labor are not true Celestians. That Oshofa did not give us ritual. It's not ritualistic. Our church is not a ritualistic church. Our church is the church of the Lord.
Celestial Church is not a fetish church.
Yes.
Our Bible comes before our candle. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But, sir, I want to ask this question personally because, like you said, we youths, we clamor for praise, sing, dance kind of songs. How do you think personally we can improve ourselves? Because the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. We are the ones to uphold Celestial Church tomorrow. We are the ones to push us to the next heights. Sir, how can we improve personally? How can we improve at our mother parishes? How can we improve at our circuits? How can we improve at our dioceses, sir?
Well, I want to tell you that I don't know. As a human being, I don't know. I have done everything possible as a human being to ensure the answer to this question that you have asked. That was why God created me and fashioned me to be a musicologist. Fashioned me to lay down my life towards this question that you are asking. Establishing a central choir with my friends about 30 years ago. Inviting people from all corners of the world. Even establishing, not only in Nigeria, but the US, Like I traveled to US this yes April to attend to their convention, where I was the chairman for all their sessions there, teaching them what we Celestians must do. But people are not accepting easily. But then somebody came from nowhere this October and established Lily concert. Did you not watch it?
Yes.
Did you not see it?
It
We didn't have a kobo in it. That was spent almost 23 million. And it was written on the flyers that the O Square CCC Center Choir. And my friends and my children were not quarreling with me. You organized that kind of program. You didn't invite us. And I needed to tell them, no, I didn't invite anybody. It came from nowhere. That is a thing that has testified to this, our song.
The power of voice.
Ẹ̀yin Olúwa, ẹ̀yin mímọ́ fúnjọ́ àtọ̀run wá mímọ́ ayọ̀ táyé kò lè fún mi. Olúwa ló fi lélẹ̀. Where are we going? Láti orogún lọ sọ́run sọ́dọ̀ Bàbá mímọ́. Olúwa yóò yan òjíṣẹ́ rẹ̀ nínú ìjọ mímọ́ yìí. It is now beyond my ability. It is now left with the Lord. So I am going. I'm around 70 now. I'm also over 70. I'll go. If I go, I don't care. As a human being, I've tried my best.
Oh, you've heard it from Daddy. Well, you've not heard it all. We're still going to hear more. Let's go on a break. We'll be right back.
Ọjọ́ tá a sọ̀jọ́ bí bọ́kàdé. apáláṣẹ lágbàlá ọ̀run.
Welcome back. That was the Lulu concert. Now, Daddy,
Yeah.
how was the atmosphere? How was the feeling? When we go to Lily concert this year, we saw Celestial as one. We saw the glory of Celestial come to light. How was it performing with the Central Choir today, this year at the Lily concert, sir?
The only concert this year that we did in October.
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, how did you feel it? How did you see it?
The atmosphere was.
I have not watched it. I refuse to watch whatever I record. If I record a music or I sing a song, I don't want to hear it again. It will draw me back. I want to move. Seeing what I had done does not help me. Because by nature, I am an architect. If you understand the nature of the of architect, they don't complete a building for 100 years. They will continue to see faults. And that's my own kind of composer or musicologist or hymnologist. So I don't want to come back to it. I want to move. Because what I'm doing is not what I want to show to people that see how perfect, see how nice I am. No, everything I do, I want it to be for the Lord and for Him to take all the glory. So I don't look back. So it came. I didn't go to the Luli people to come and record us, to make us their hosts. They came from nowhere. The glory of God. 18, all the lesser churches put together cannot do. The money bags in the church will not do it. Even if they can do it, they will prefer that their parish does it. That none of them is helping the center choir, except people like Ogunremi, Jerotam, Soyemi, your man, Pius sometimes, and some others. And we need more than they are doing, which means the church must see the central choir as a great part of her. Because let me tell you with pride, no other arm of Celestial Church of Christ is showcasing Celestial Church of Christ positively. Even the gospelers, the so-called gospelers among them, they imitate the established gospelers. And there's no way by which you can be like them. They don't even accept us. They don't. They see us as what they want us to be. But when we sing, the Celestial Church of Christ Central Choir sing, and they see and they hear, they are amazed, like it happened at Papa Oluwole's house when Mama Oluwole died, and we went there. We met Gowan there. We asked to come again. Gowan was there. He was already taking pictures to go away. And I know my gimmick, because when I want to bring out something like that, I become another Ferguson. Are you a football fan?
Yes, yes.
I become another Ferguson, trying to bring something out of nothing. Immediately, give me the Sagina, because I know Gowan is a child of a Zaria Anglican Reverend. He was brought up a choir boy at an Anglican church in Zaria. Then and Gowan detached his hand from the people asking him to come and take picture. And he was murmuring, conducting behind me. What did they say Celestial Church is to them? Hear beautiful music from this church. They so much hate. And that man on the organ, oh my God. And he didn't go, he didn't listen to them. He didn't go until he had listened to 3 pieces of Anglican music. And he gave me all sorts of cards to come and see him. But I can't go because I have no time. I have no too much time left. I have to worship him. I have to show Celestial Church of Christ to people, because that is my own area of serving the Lord. I can't leave the church. My world, my life, Celestial Church of Christ.
Like you said, sir, you said you're a man always moving forward. I'm very sorry to draw you back. I beg your indulgence, sir. But sir, let's go back to the composition of the NYC anthem. How was it? What brought about the composition? What was the inspiration, sir?
Well, that's what I told you. I was a choir boy at Baptist church. The deacon in Ibadan. I was a Baptist. My mother was a deaconess. My father was a deacon. And I was trained for the music of the church. But then, what did he want me to stay at Baptist church? Because he created so many people for them to sing to their music. If they cannot do that, that's all. He created me for Celestial Church of Christ. Or in the Monte Cristo Lato or Kobalake, Yemo. So he sent me back to school. And I went back to university. Everybody was studying, everybody studies whatever they like. Sometimes you cannot study what you like because your mom or dad will not want you to study with you. They will prefer you to study you study law, engineering, medicine, and so on and so forth. But then because I'm doing that, he now bless me. Because that work was meant for professors of music. And they were invited to do it. They didn't answer the people who invited them. Because sometimes professors can be too arrogant. They tell me, what are you talking about? When I became a professor of the Polytechnic, I also became arrogant. Then the Spirit of the Lord is in the church, stepping down. And in 1984, when I was going to compose the music, it came like this little thing, and I composed it, and it was the one they finally chose to be the official anthem of the NYC. And I conducted the combined band of the police and army, and Buhari was there at the National Stadium. Was decorated. Don't let us go too much into that decoration. We don't want some people to be arrested and prosecuted. So, and since then, it became the official anthem of the NYC. So, anybody who went to the school, graduated, and served from 1984 till date is my product. Just count how many people are my product, the product of Celestial Church of Christ. Even though they don't want to hear that name, Celestial Church of Christ. Even the son or daughter of Baba Ademoye or Baba Olukoya or whoever is my product, the product of Celestial Church of Christ, Director of Music. What can they now say nothing? And that is the kind of thing I want all you to become. Because it's another song composed by one of my firstborn, wrote it the organist of the Central Choir. This one is an assistant. Let me hear the music he composed.
Ọ̀rẹ́ sáré wá sójú mímọ́, wá gba Jésù sáyé rẹ̀. Jésù sáyé ló ti gbà wá lọ, oníwà o, sọ̀rọ̀ wá o. Ọ̀rẹ́ sáré wá sójú mímọ́, wá gba Jésù sáyé rẹ̀. Jésù sáyé ló ti gbà wá lọ, oníwà o, sọ̀rọ̀ wá o. Ọ̀rẹ́ sáré wá síjọ mímọ́, wá gba Jésù sáyé rẹ̀, ó wá sáyé láti gbà ọ́ là, wá o síjọ mímọ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ sáré wá síjọ mímọ́, wá gba Jésù sáyé rẹ̀, ó wá sáyé láti gbà ọ́ là, wá o síjọ mímọ́. Ìjọ mímọ́, ìjọ lọ́lọ́tọ́ ní owó péjọ mímọ́, ìjọba Jésù. Ìjọ mímọ́, ìjọ wa, ìjọ wa tí ó wáyé mọ́. Ìjọ mímọ́, ìjọ lọ́lọ́tọ́ ní owó péjọ mímọ́, ìjọba Jésù. Ìjọ mímọ́, ìjọ wa, ìjọ wa tí ó wáyé mọ́.
Yes, that's the sign. And perhaps that is what somebody like Pius is thinking about, that's making him spending that lot of money on the building at the seminary or the academy. They call that place seminary or Academy of Music. Look at the amount of money he is spending, still spending. He's drunk or intoxicated of Celestial Church of Christ. Pius is drunk of Celestial Church of Christ. He's intoxicated of the Celestial Church of Christ. So, and that is the kind of thing I also want you to become. Become intoxicated. Become seriously drunk of this church. And tell people, this is our church. This is our church. ìjọ mímọ́ ìjọ wa ní. Yes, let me hear you.
Ìjọ mímọ́, ìjọ wa ní, ìjọ yìí ni yóò wẹ̀ ayé mọ́. Báráyé fẹ́, báráyé kọ̀, ìjọ yìí ni yóò wẹ̀ ayé mọ́.
Lẹ́nu inú amen. Ìjìnlẹ̀ iṣẹ́ lolúra wọn.
Ìjìnlẹ̀ iṣẹ́ lolúwa rán, táwọn áńgẹ́lì wá jẹ́ fún wa. Kágbájọ́ fetí sílẹ̀ kẹ́gbọ́, kágbájọ́ fetí sílẹ̀ kẹ́gbọ́. Sátánì ni àmúre, Sátánì ni àmúre. Ìṣẹ́gun kan kò sí fún èṣù, ìṣẹ́gun kan kò sí fún èṣù.
You hear that? Satan is the amore. Will you allow Satan to turn you away from the church? And that is why all of you must listen and uphold the tenet of the church. That is the greatest gift of God for Africa for now. I will compose another one. I will compose another NYC if they invite me, because they must invite me to the highest level, because and the center choir must be invited to Aso Rock every year for Christmas carol or Christmas concert since 2001, and we will continue to go there nítorí pé ìjọ mímọ́ tí Kristi láti ọ̀run wá ọkọ̀ gbalakẹ́yìn tí yóò wá yé mọ́ ní ìjọ wa. Àwa kì í ṣe lẹ́bọ̀ ẹ má dẹ́ni kankan lóhùn, ìjọ àlàáfíà, ìjọ orí tó téèyàn fi ń ṣoríire téèyàn bá gbọ́ràn, béèyàn tí ì gbọ́ràn náà kò ní kú. Ìgbà kan lọ́wọ́ ọkọ̀ máa l'accident tí ọmọ ìjọ máa kú. Well, they don't die this day. They are wounded and they will be treated. They come back to life and serve the Lord of Celestial Church of Christ.
You've said it all, sir. You've heard it all. So finally, sir, any advice for the church concerning the welfare of elders, choir masters, choir members, concerning the welfare of the church at large?
I don't know. I think we need to be praying. We need to pray. We need to pray at a church where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the only champions. Others have money, but they can't give. This is a big church. If just about 5 people are now championing so many things the church must do, it won't be even. So we need to pray that God helps us. And another thing you youth must do is this: don't complain, don't argue. Just the better thing to do. If what is happening does not go well with you, you know the better thing. Start in your own little way. Let him start in his own little way. By the time all of us start in our own little ways, it will become an ocean. Atlantic Ocean or Pacific. It will just become an ocean. Little drop of water becomes what? A sea, a big sea. So that's my advice. God bless you.
A little drop of ocean a little drop of water rather can definitely be a big ocean. Start your own little way. Whatever way you are doing it, we are starting ours. You should start yours. You've heard it all from Daddy. Finally, sir, we would like to hear the NYSC anthem as well as your favorite song in Celestial Church of Christ. If that will not be a problem, sir.
Okay.
You told me the clarion call, let us bring our nation high, under the sun or in the rain, with dedication and selflessness, Nigeria's heart, Nigeria we stand. You told me the clarion call, let us lift our nation high, under the sun or in the rain, with dedication and selflessness, Nigeria's heart, Nigeria we stand.
I so much cherish that one that comes from the federal government, and that's why the flag, the Nigeria's flag, is placed behind it. So this is it. And another one from the Association of Nigerian Musicologists, because by the grace of God, or your church, Celestial Church of Christ, is between number 1 and number 10 in the list of churches that have established hymns or hymnal in New York, World Council of Hymnology, because they have already known this church, especially through the choir. And a big book is established through that kind of thing now. And a whole chapter is given to your church, Celestial Church of Christ, and the Celestial Church of Christ Central Choir, an international music book. So I'm not afraid when people talk, when we go to a place and we perform, and they say, leave that place, we want to dance now. I laugh at them, because I know we are, by the grace of God, God is using me to take Selecto before I leave.
So, sir, the song that you love most in our hymn book, sir?
It's like asking me to sing or to tell me the name of the child I love most amongst my children.
All right, let's rephrase the question, sir. One celestial hymn.
I ask my children to choose one. Yes. Organist. Which one feel like to choose? Huh?
Ẹyọ nínú oore rẹ̀ tó ṣe fún wa. Ìjọ mímọ́ ẹyọ nínú ògo rẹ̀. Ẹyọ nínú oore rẹ̀ tí kò lópin. Àpáta ayérayé l'Olúwa. Ìjọ mímọ́ ẹyọ nínú ògo rẹ̀. Ẹyọ nínú oore rẹ̀ tí kò lópin. Àpáta ayérayé l'Olúwa.
That's one of the hymns we are bringing together now, because we will have a committee going through all our hymns, especially the new ones, to place at where we write reserve. We have finished a segment and we submitted to Baba Banjo gradually we will start to internalize all of them. A good percentage of it has been sent to New York again for them to see, especially the harmony. Because you can't write an harmony and say this is the harmony I wrote, or this is the harmony I discovered on the net, without a group of professors of music looking into it chord by chord, and that's why I laugh at them. My children at Akoka, my children at Alakwere. You have written nonsense. my friends, and they will say, we don't want to come to Baba, to go to Baba any longer, Gary. You always, but then, how do you know what we don't learn? It's not possible. You can know how to cut hair, Abi. But if you have not gone for barbing training, you won't be able to do it well. You can't give what you don't have. And that's why we encourage everybody, come to the school. Don't bring money. Bring your mattress and pillow and your money to feed. That's all. We won't take a cover from you. And from there, we'll train you to write London exams. Royal Schools of Music, London. Graded exams. The school where Nicola Kukuti attended. The school where the director of music of the MFM attended, where it was the senior of Fela Nicola Kukutu for 2 years. And notable musicologists attended. Here, because I'm an agent. I've been an agent since 1981. An agent of Royal Schools of Music, London. And the certificate they obtained here is signed by the Queen of England. And you see the sign of the Buckingham Palace on it. And when you have that, you can attend any department of music in any institution in Nigeria. That's why you can see the training in them. You can see their faces, disciplined faces. They can't do what they like here. No.
Well, it's been a wonderful time in your presence. Sir, finally, any last words for Celestial Church at large?
The last what I want to give you won't be encouraging. Because just imagine, we are giving 100,000. The central choir to go to Beko. They want me to start begging about again. And we have called Pius now and his friend. They didn't pick our call. Where do we get enough money to go to Meko? When we wrote that we need 600 something thousand to perform well there. And we are giving just 100,000. So I have to go about now or sell something. Like I started that music selling 2 cars. That academy, selling 2 cars. I've run the Central Choir on my own. With the help of people like General Williams. General D.B. Williams. He is or was a choir boy at Marina. Christ Church Cathedral, Marina. And he is the vice chairman of Muson Center today. He's the one solely helping in that section. But he's retired now. So we have to go out today and start begging for money. What do I have for the church? Prayer. I've tried my best. I've abused them. I've beaten them up. To these big people. They fear me. They even want me dead. So what else do you want me to say? Many of you youth want me dead because I'm too hard for you. Whereas I want you to become somebody, better people after us. Why must I hate you? Why? Did you snatch my wife? No, I mean, so I don't hate you, but I have come down. I want to laugh when I'm put in the morgue. I don't want to look sad. I don't want to look like this in the morgue. I don't want to look like this in the morgue. I want to laugh. That is after I might have finished my assignment here. I want to sleep like this. And you go and bury me.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you've heard it all. You've heard everything. From our daddy, you've heard it all. Thank you very much for joining us today. God bless you.